Try Harder follows 5 seniors as they try to get into an elite college of their dreams.
My mom wants me to go to Stanford, but that's like, whoa, kind of far out there.
Lowell is Tiger Mom Central.
That's motivation.
The story takes place at Lowell High School, a prestigious public school in San Francisco, California, that's widely considered to be the best in the city.
Hey everyone, it's Law from Hollywood First Look Features, and today I'm sitting down with Debbie LUM, the director and producer of Try Harder, a documentary that is premiering at Sundance Film Festival.
Thank you so much for having me.
In a lot of ways, what I love about the story, it follows these 5 students at Lowell High School getting into the college of their dreams, trying to chase that elite school. Your documentary kind of parallels that journey by getting into Sundance. Can you tell us how it must feel to be recognized at such a level?
We are so grateful that Sundance selected us and that they're shining a spotlight on this really important subject. It's really kind of amazing. It's a documentary where Asian Americans, 3 Asian Americans are protagonists, and it's a really Asian American story. We followed a diverse cohort of kids, so they're not all Asian, but still, it's such a great feeling. You know, we worked so hard on this film, and you know, I was like, gosh, I kind of always knew we had a good film. I didn't know we were going to get the sort of acceptance, the gold standard mark of approval. And then when you do, you're just like, oh, wow, that feels really good. Surprising how good that feels. And it made me really relate to like what the kids are going through. These kids that are trying so hard to get into, you know, Harvard and Stanford and the top schools.
These are kids that I would definitely feel intimidated by, like just being in the room and just hearing them talk, the intelligence levels off the charts.
Only the city's best and brightest qualify to get in, and the students who come here have big dreams of going to the best colleges in the US.
This is gonna determine my future.
Getting into college has never been harder than it is today.
These stories form out of a need to tell a story. What was the story that you sought out to tell with this film initially?
Actually, I was originally working on a film called My Tiger Mom about, and looking at it from the perspective of the mother, the parent who's obsessed with trying to get their kid into an elite school or a top school. But then we landed at Lowell and just fell in love with the kids and realized that in all of the conversations about elite college admissions frenzy, you know, they focus on like the moms that are cheating and going to jail. And there's not much, the kids who the story is all about don't really get foregrounded. And they had such amazing stories to tell that we decided we should, you know, jump in and see what their journey was like.
You said in an interview, I really loved it. It said, you said stereotypes persist because they are one part true when stories of diversities don't get told. Stereotypes fill in those blanks. So how do you hope this film impacts the way that society views Asians and Asian Americans moving forward?
You know, for the longest time, Asian Americans have been typecast as the model minority. You know, they're not just smart, but they're smart, robotic, test-taking machines, you know?
Yeah, right.
And almost like without a soul. We're human beings, you know? I think the best thing about our film is that the kids are so much fun. You know, they're just dynamic, funny, silly, pimply-faced teenagers just like everybody else. Even though they're trying to do, you know, even like they might be intimidating, like you said. But,
they're so smart. But it's something I definitely want to touch on is from the fidgeting leg shots to the panic faces when they're, you know, scrolling through their emails. You do a great job at capturing kind of the stress levels that these kids are going through. What did you personally take away from seeing that on a day-to-day basis, especially since you also went to Brown? So it's like a very different process now, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was just such a brutal process for these students. And even if you've read about it and you you know what the statistics are, and the odds are very slim. To watch them go through like countless rejections over and over and over again, it's really not what high school should be like. You know,
Right.
high school is supposed to be a time when you experiment and you come into your own and independence, and it's kind of a job.
Congratulations on the film. We're all so excited for this to get out there, and I wish you nothing but success, and the students success too. I was really rooting for all of them, so thank you for joining us today. Now, Try Harder is premiering at the Sundance Film Festival, so if you get a chance to see this film, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. It's heartwarming and complex and a really great watch. Until next time, my name's Lowell Sharma, and you're watching Hollywood First Look Features.
We followed 5 amazing students, Alvin, Rachel, Sophia, Ian, and Shay, to see what would happen, to see if they get into their dream school.
The irony of this whole thing is that as independent filmmakers, us getting into Sundance is a lot like our kids getting into their dream college.